Hi, guys. So, for those of you who don't know me, I am Holly Hillier. I am super excited to be a part of this group, loving the content so far. So, today I wanted to talk to you guys just really quickly about rebuilding social media and what would happen if you woke up tomorrow and all your social media platforms were gone. How would you rebuild? So, for me, I've learned a lot. I've been a coach for about a little over 3 years now. And I had a really small warm market, so I really had to grow in my cold market. And for those of you who know me, Facebook like pages have really been where I've seen the greatest success. However, obviously, Instagram is, what everyone's talking about right now. But with that said, no matter what platform you are focusing on, and I would start by saying I wouldn't just focus on one, especially maybe as a brand new coach, sure, let's focus on one. But if you've been doing this for a while, we want to make sure we have several platforms. But I'll get back to that. So first off, the very first thing that I would do, and a mistake that I made when I built my like page, was that I didn't brand myself as myself. So what does that mean? So when I did my like page in the beginning, I actually called it Team TNT, and that is the name of my team. So I branded it, of course I had my face up there, but it was like Team TNT, Training, Nutrition, Transformation. And so maybe from like Training, Nutrition, Transformation, people could see like, okay, this is like a fitness page. But Team TNT meant nothing to them, nothing. So it took me a while to gain my confidence and realize that, yes, we utilize Beachbody programs. And yes, we have these teams that are the reason we are, successful coaches. But in the end, you are your brand. So no matter what platform you are on, if I had to rebuild today, I would rebuild using just my name. So I actually ended up changing my like page name to my name. My Instagram account is under my name. Yes, did it feel a little weird in the beginning? Like I am my own brand? It did, but you are. You want to brand yourself across all your social media platforms. My Instagram as well, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, all of them are under my name. So when people try to find you and figure out what are you doing, and as you grow a following, you want them to just be able to search your name. No team names, no figuring out what this all means. Search your name and find you. So that would be the very first thing when rebuilding my social media. I would make sure that across all platforms, I was using my name and making myself that figurehead of my business. So the second thing I would do second and third things kind of go together. So second is fake it till you make it, which I became a pro at. And the third is to talk about coaching more. And these kind of go hand in hand. So when I started my business, I could talk about challenge groups. I could invite to challenge groups. I could post a sweaty selfie. I could do my workouts. But when it came down to talking about the coaching opportunity, I was scared. And when I started, I followed a marketing calendar, right? Like many of us are taught to do, right? Which you should do. So I ran a free group my first week, and then I'd recruit for my challenge group. I did my challenge group the third Monday of the month was my preseason, and the last week I ran my sneak peek. But what ended up happening, and you have to be careful when you follow these marketing calendars, was that I was only talking about coaching one week a month, right before I was recruiting for that coach sneak peek. So I had 1 week that I would really talk about coaching and I would be recruiting. So my social media, 75% of the time, was about challenge groups and fitness. And that was great, except I wanted to build a team, right? So now if I was to go back and start from scratch, I would start talking about coaching several times a week, if not every single day. No, not every single day. Doesn't have to be an invite, but every single day I would be digging into something about this coach life, right? And it can be something as simple on my Insta stories today. I did a coach call and I took a quick photo and said, coach calls with moms and their babies, right? Fast, simple. I didn't have to edit it or anything, but I was sharing a glimpse into coaching. So that for me was a big switch mentally that made a big difference in my business. So, and again, fake it till you make it. So a lot of people are like, well, how do I talk about coaching every day? So one could be, take a screenshot of this, right? Talk about how you are receiving trainings from the top teams in the company, or better yet than you could do a screenshot for like Insta stories, but put your photos in it, right? For your like, if you're going to do an actual photo, like on Facebook or Instagram, right? You want your face in it. No one cares about me. But the way you can really fake it till you make it with this is talking about, I'm getting trainings from top coaches in the company, helping me to build my team. Or I am working with the top coaches in the company right now, creating incredible trainings for my new coaches. That is what you're doing, guys, right? You're working with top coaches who are giving you tips on how to build your business and how to teach your coaches to do that, right? So I think sometimes we hear fake it till you make it and people are like, well, I don't want to like lie or trick people. You're not. You guys you have the top coaches in the company as your coaches, as your uplines as well. So utilize that, right? Talk about how your team is, in the top whatever number your team is, or that your coach is whatever, and call it your team, right? I think sometimes we get scared to do that. I was literally on a call with one of my coaches and I was like, brag about your team. You may only have one business builder, but all the business builders on our team, we're all one team, right? So brag about them. For us, and my brand is moms. I mean, that's who I work with, and new moms. And so when we're doing our fake it till we make it, I told my coach, say, 4 moms on our team last year came home to their babies. Talk about that. No, you're not claiming they're your personally sponsored coaches, but 4 moms on the team that you are on, and on the team that's giving you trainings, and on the team that is helping people see success, had these results, right? And so I think that is important. If I was to rebuild my social media, I would shift my frame of reference from, I am an island doing this all on my own and I can only talk about my successes, to, I am part of a top team and I get to brag on us all the time, and people can realize they can be part of this as well. And that is so easy now with like Insta stories, right? And just giving little snippets. I mean, a team call, right? Taking a picture, love my Tuesday night team calls with my mom bosses. And again, a big part of your social media is also going to be branding. So know the words you're going to use. For me, my social media, my branding is mom bosses. And those are the people that I talk directly to every single day. And so when people come to my social media, they know what to expect. So rebuilding social media, brand yourself as yourself on all social media platforms. That's how I would do it. Make sure you know, what then does your brand look like, right? Are you a mom boss? Who are you talking to? So that when people go to your page and they read your post or they watch your Insta stories, it's all consistent. Bonnie just did the National Wake Up Call. And if you go watch her Insta stories, she is talking to pregnant moms, right? And that is who she is attracting. Don't be afraid to find your niche market and work with them. Fake it till you make it. Again, this plays into the coaching. I know that is where my coaches struggle the most, is how do I talk about coaching? One of the things that I did, I was working a 6-figure job. And so for me, I didn't need to talk about, this $100 from coaching helps me buy groceries, right? That talking about income in that way was not helpful to me or to my market or the people that followed me. But what I was able to do, I was able to make coaching not about income. So coaching became about freedom, right? And yes, in the back of freedom is income, because I still needed to make that money to have that freedom. But I took a picture of me sitting outside on my computer and said, this is going to be my office one day. Sharing your goals and visions, sharing this is my dream house, sharing that I'm going to be home with my children so that I, don't have to miss XYZ events. So sharing that future vision all goes into that fake it till you make it, talking about coaching. But we all know why we're doing this, and we should be able to use that big why in those coaching posts daily. And then at the end, of course, for me, if I was rebuilding social media, I'd be building multiple platforms. So again, if you're a new coach, don't overwhelm yourself with multiple platforms. Choose your platform, really build up. But the nice thing about Instagram and Facebook is that they now connect. So while you may only be focusing on Instagram, share it to your Facebook. You don't have to do anything extra, but at least you're putting the content there. Share your stories to Facebook. But for me, I built my personal page, and then I started building my like page. So I worked off my personal page until I was able to hit Success Club 10 with just cold market on my like page. And since then, I've also now been building my Instagram. So I know that I was literally talking to another coach who's been in this business for 5 years, and she said, social media ebbs and flows like this, right? One platform's hot at one point and then it goes down, and another one's hot. So you can't really put all your eggs in one basket. Also, if you look at, for me, building Facebook and Instagram right now, you use them differently. So people are going to get different glimpses into what you do. You're able to communicate to different groups of people in different ways, still about the same things. So Facebook, I tell much longer stories, where Instagram, shorter, post, maybe only 1 photo a day, 2, whereas Facebook, I'm doing 2 photos and a video. I'm posting more often on Facebook, but my Insta stories, my gosh, I'm doing them all the time, and they're so easy and they're not edited, all of that. But my Instagram photo is edited, right? So utilizing the platforms in the different ways they're supposed to be utilized, you're going to get the most traction. And then, truly understanding what those platforms should look like. And again, this is why you really want to get coaching kind of underneath you first, figure out one platform. But if you utilize each of those platforms as they're supposed to be, you are going to be reaching different people. So, sorry, guys, I'm trying to keep this to about 10 minutes. As a new coach struggling with sharing the coaching opportunity, it really is fake it till you make it. And that's the thing, as a new coach, guys, sit down and say, why am I doing this? What do I want in the future? So I've been doing this for 3 years. I feel like my business really took off last year. I was able to retire from my corporate job, but you know what I talk about even more than the things I've accomplished? It's the things I'm going to accomplish. I just did a big post talking about how I'm going to retire my husband. So any new coach could post that as well, right? Think about what your goals are, because people are going to be inspired by where you're going. It is not always about what you've done, but them, and it's the same. When we get new coaches, we tell them this, right? When you sign up for a challenge group, start sharing your journey right away, because people are going to be inspired by your journey. It is exactly the same with coaching. People are going to be inspired by your coaching journey and where you are going and your ability to dream big and your ability to step outside your comfort zone, because so many people are scared to move outside their comfort zone. So by you showing that, they then are going to be inspired and want to join you. Just like with a challenge group, it's so similar. And as coaches, we just get way in our heads about talking about it. We make it way scarier than it needs to be, right? We've got goals with working out. We talk about those. We've got goals with coaching. Let's talk about those. These little milestones we hit in our coaching career. Emerald, people don't know what that means. Talk about how you just, this is proof you're growing a successful team, right? Diamond coach, you guys hit diamond. Oh my gosh, talk about, I am now in the top 1% of the company. This is proof that my team's trainings work, that my coaches are seeing success. Talk it up. It's Huge. Don't just let your coach do an announcement and like let it go by, right? Continue talking up your success. Get people excited with you. So, okay, 15 minutes. Let me make sure there's no other questions. Okay, awesome. I hope that that helped, guys. Rebuild social media, brand yourself, fake it till you make it, talk about coaching all the time. And once you've got that first platform down, build multiple platforms and understand how to use those platforms so you're reaching as many people as possible. Bye, guys.